involved in drug and alcohol use. If you are abusing drugs yourself, seek help. I think a lot of these topics that are going to be available on our blog tomorrow, we've covered tonight. I definitely want to thank you for joining us. Tell us best ways of getting in contact with, the Suncoast Rehabilitation Center if someone is in need.
Well, yes, great. They can call 1-800-511-9403, day or night. And we have a website at www.suncoastrehabcenter.com, and we have online forms and counselors available. And I can be reached through that, website as well if anyone ever has any questions, because I'm highly motivated to help educate youth on drugs. So I'm always happy to help.
Tammy, I want to give you a one-time round of applause. I want to thank you once again for joining us. Tammy Strickland, Executive Director of the Suncoast Rehabilitation Center in Florida, and we want to definitely have you come back sometime in the future, so we want to thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that was Tammy Strickland, Suncoast Rehabilitation Executive Director. Next up, we're going to have Eddy Zhong, who's going to be joining us with LeanGap. We're going to go for a quick break, and we'll be back in about 20 seconds. All right, back. The Sally's Belly Show. We have live on Eddy Zhong. I like to say he's a serial entrepreneur. Eddy, how you doing?
Hey, Ted. Thanks for having me. I'm doing great.
Hey. Oh, that's great. That's great. Eddy, I hope you don't feel a certain way. I do want to address you as a serial entrepreneur, because the last time you joined us, we were talking about the Blanc smartwatch and the wonderful things that you had put together for those folks that might be drowsy, a solution to help them wake up using that smartwatch. But there's a new initiative that you have going on, and it's about high school students that want to be entrepreneurs. So what's going on with LeanGap, and tell us all about it.
Sure, and thank you for having me, Ted, again. When I started my first company, which you just mentioned, Blanc, it was really just about exploring entrepreneurship for myself. But, I realized that wasn't enough for me, and I wanted to share the experience with high school students everywhere. So what I'm doing now is co-founding with two great guys, Joe and Tim, LeanGap, which is basically a summer program for 6 weeks where we take in high school students and actually help them start their own company. Our vision is that at the end of the program, when they come out of this thing, we are really going to inspire them to become entrepreneurs and hopefully use the knowledge they've gained to help them in all aspects of life. We think that, there's incredibly valuable resources, skills, and overall just everything you learn from entrepreneurship can help you with all aspects of your career and life. And we want to inspire these kids and empower them to really explore entrepreneurship and see if it's for them, and hopefully help them build something amazing over the summer.
Eddy, I think that's something that's wonderful. So tell me this much. Where is this program located? I mean, yes, I just mentioned to our last guest, Tammy Strickland, that my daughter's about to go to high school in another year, and I know it's strictly for high schoolers, but let's just say if I'm in New York, where is this program available? Is it available online, or is it instructor-led, or is it in person? Tell us about that, the whereabouts.
Sure. It is in person. It's actually an all-inclusive residential program, and we host it in Boston. So over the summer, starting at the end of June, we will fly high school students in from all around the country, and international ones too, from places like Japan and Taiwan. We'll fly them into Boston, house them at a nearby university, and actually take the entire program takes place there, and we move them around, to explore the city and the innovation districts, but mainly keep them in the same location, and it's all residential. We take care of meals and everything for them so that they only have to focus on the most important thing when starting their company, which is building their product and talking with customers and getting their business off the ground.
So, Eddy, I noticed in your slide deck, very, very impressive. So the speakers you have are Katie Ray, John Werner, Ashley Brooke. How did you pull this off? I mean, these are folks that had been showcased on TED Talks. How did you do this?
Sure. Well, I actually met Katie, and because I did a TEDx talk of my own at Beacon Street. Which is basically a TEDx talk near Boston. Katie was really inspiring. She was a mentor, and I think that as long as you have a great vision and a great initiative, and you're willing to really put all of your effort and time into creating something great for kids, no matter who it is, you can convince them to help you out or be a speaker. And I think that was the case with our program with LeanGap. I think Katie and John and, Ashley, they were all inspired by what we were doing, and they're great people. They love to help out when they can. They love to get involved with the community, so they agreed to come speak to our students. And I think it's going to be, amazing this summer when they come in. And I think it's going to be really beneficial. I think they're going to provide a ton of value. And I think that, these aren't the speakers we have coming in aren't 60-year-old business professors that aren't directly relevant to the kids' curriculum. It's people who are living the life, who are entrepreneurs, who are starting their own nonprofits and companies, who are speaking to these kids and empowering them while they're there. So we think it's going to be great, and we hopefully will be bringing in even more amazing people to speak to the kids.
That's really awesome with the things that you're doing with the millennials. Give us a breakdown. It's a 6-week program. Give me week by week, what are some of the high points? Like, hey, week 1, we're going to be doing A. Week 2, we're going to be doing B. So give us a highlight from week 1 to week 6 of this program.
Sure, of course. Week 1, the whole program is 6 weeks. So week 1, when the students come in, we focus on ideation and validation. And what that means is kids will form teams. We'll pair them up as best we can. They'll come up with ideas for a company and basically do market research with real customers to make sure their idea is feasible and that it's something that there is demand for, so that they don't try and build a product and then realize, no one will actually purchase it. We don't want that to happen. So week 1's really less action, but still a lot of important fundamental ground building. Starting at week 2, we actually teach them hard skills like coding, graphic design, product design, and help them prototype their products in weeks 2 and 3. And that's the middle of our program, and actually the heart and soul of what makes us unique is that we focus on hands-on practicality and actually creating a prototype for these kids' products or companies, instead of just stuffing them into a classroom and basically teaching them theory. After that, they take their product to market, they test it, they see what's wrong with it, they reiterate, try to make their product better and better as much as time allows. They launch it into the real market. And one of the coolest things we've done is actually brought in real investors that aren't pretending to listen to these kids pitch. Our students will actually pitch to real angel investors and venture capitalists that we bring in, and they will have a chance to actually invest in the kids' businesses. That is up to completely how good the businesses are and what these kids create. But just being given that opportunity, we think is amazing, and it's something unique that we're so proud to actually have in our program.
Eddy, I mean, as I've said, I've just been so amazed by you and your strive, your age. I'm gonna read a quote that I have here that's written by you. No one has ever changed the world by doing what the world has told them to do, and that totally. That's you in a nutshell. From what what I've seen of you in the past. With the companies that you are, have started or are starting. I mean, you're a real, you are a role model for our millennials that are coming up. And it's every once in a while, you may not hear it, but, every once in a while you need that pat on the back to say you are making a difference. So I want to let you know that we're definitely proud of you and to always wanting to extend an invitation. You have the floor here, and you always have availability to come on our show.
Thank you.
I want to ask you. Oh, you're welcome. So I know you're working on this. Before you were working on the smartwatch. What's on the horizon for Eddy Zhong after he kicks off this program? Because, like I said, serial entrepreneurs, they just don't stop at one company. They develop multiple companies. So if you can give us a kind of a bird's eye view into what do you have coming down in the next 12 to 18 months?
Sure. So with LeanGap, I actually want to stay with it for a while and hopefully expand it because I think it's just such a great vision. And I think, it's something that could not only improve someone's life and make a lot of impact, it's something that could foster the next Steve Jobs, because we are starting from a high school student and helping them innovate, inspiring them to become entrepreneurs. And they may grow up to do what some of us cannot grow up to do or have not accomplished in our lives. And I think that's just youth potential in a nutshell. That's just how kids are these days. They have so much talent. It's just being able to use that talent in the correct way and being able to inspire them to use their talent for the correct things in life. I think my goal personally is to be able to expand LeanGap not only nationally but internationally in some way. And we're still figuring out the exact details of how big we want to grow, how we're going to grow it that big. But I think that as long as the vision is there, as long as the light at the end of the tunnel is present, and all we have to do is find a pipeline to get there, and all we have to do is, continue pursuing that vision, continue trying to inspire teenagers and high school students. Right now, the job is just finding, specifically how we are going to do it.
Totally got you. Well, I tell you this much: I'm not a fortune teller, or, but I will make this prediction that this company definitely, which is starting, you're putting together in Boston, will move forward, and you can take it from state to state because, like I said, you know exactly what you're doing, and definitely proud of you with all your that you've done. And I want to say this much, that I want to give you a round of applause for the good work.
Yeah.
And I want to say really quickly, tell us the best ways to get in contact with you about LeanGap.
Sure. So I guess if any high school students aren't here right now, they can actually apply to our program at LeanGap.com. It's as simple as that. And
wow.
For me personally, the email address is just Eddy@LeanGap.com. Eddy spelled EDDY. Yeah, just trying to make it as simple as possible.
Eddy, you're definitely awesome. And as I've stated before, a few months ago, I said we're going to stay in touch. And I know we traded emails back and forth, but I want to thank you personally for reaching out to me. I think it was about last week or within the last 7 to 10 days to just share with us and our listeners with LeanGap. We wish you all the best in the future, and we're definitely going to stay in contact with you. Thank you so much.
Ted, thank you for having me.
And that was Eddy Zhong, who joined us to talk about